is certainly key as it provides solutions to address most of the challenges that we as consumers face. Ghana participates in certain standards at the International Telecommunications Union ITU level for both developed and developing countries, which would accommodate all new technologies that are being developed. We should not just stop at the standard development stage. We should look at excellent executions and implementations to the standards that are set. We stand to benefit immensely in our telecommunications sector as we aim to enrich citizens' lives by capitalizing on the potential of information and communication technology to improve environmental stability, resilience, and equitable social and economic growth. In evaluating Ghana using the ITU's theme of bridging the standardization gap, we can see that Ghana has made some significant progress. And at this point, I believe congratulations are in order to the board, management, and staff of the National Communications Authority for the great work that you're doing. As some of you may know, the National Communications Authority was last month, actually in April 2019, selected by the International Telecommunications Union as a training partner for the delivery of the Quality of Service Training Program. This follows the NCA satisfying the requisite conditions set by the Global Telecommunications Body. The licensing agreement enables the NCA to deliver ITU licensed quality of service training programs in Ghana to interested regulators and operators across Africa and the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great feat for Ghana. It will result in recognition for the authority and for Ghana as a whole. Ghana is a valuable partner in the development of ICT infrastructure. We are delighted that the active participation of the NCA in ICT and ITU related issues is yielding results for the country as a whole. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, if NCA has not met the required standards of the ITU and the various conditions it has, it would not have been selected as a training partner. Standardization is therefore a very critical value, and it is not surprising that certain standards are a fundamental pillar of ITU's mission as a specialized agency of the United Nations for Information and Communications Technology, we heard in the remarks read on behalf of the ITU Secretary General by the NCA Board Chairman, Mr. Kweku Sechiado. Ghana, as a key member of the International Telecommunications Union Council for Region D, which takes the various standardization requirements very seriously. The importance of these standards to the development of our economies cannot be overemphasized. That is why the government of Ghana, through the Ministry of Communications, is working closely with the NCA to ensure that the relevant policies, regulations, guidelines, and infrastructure investments needed to bring the country at par global acceptable standards are in place. In line with this, it is refreshing that the NCA has begun the process of developing quality of service regulations to reflect technological advancements that have sprung up over time. This has become necessary as we are limited to a large extent by the current outdated key performance indicators. Subsequently, the NCA has published the draft quality of standards regulations and accordingly held public consultation workshops to explain the technical areas in the draft regulations 2019 to consumers to enable them make meaningful inputs to it. I will therefore urge all stakeholders to give the NCA a listening ear and make critical inputs, since these regulations, when passed, will affect all. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, evidence of these abound in various visits other regulators have paid to the NCA over the past few years. I am told that in the past 2 years alone, NCA has received over 12 requests from regulators across the continent who wish to benchmark with various facilities and policies that the NCA works with. And it looks like anytime I come to the NCA, there's something new that the NCA has done. Today, there's a fantastic lobby outside there. Congratulations, NCA. I was indeed a witness to the excitement that when Ghana hosted the Regional Development Forum for Africa in July 2018. It was delightful to receive commendations from colleague ministers and regulators on Ghana's efforts at standardizing the operations of a regulator to the benefit of the consumers. On our part too, our ears and doors are always open to stakeholders and especially to consumers. I would advise you to direct your grievances to the appropriate authorities for redress and demand that your rights are respected. We have noticed the signing of a petition on telecom service billing to be presented to my office. I must thank the initiator of this petition, as the feedback from stakeholders helps shape the industry positively. The NCA acquired a billing verification system to help verify whether tariffs on all services and every billable mobile activity a consumer engages in are accurate. Joe, I will be glad to receive a report on the system in the next few weeks. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, one of the challenges most developing countries face is the influx of fake substandard devices or phones. Back in the year 2016, Tanzania joined some other countries to disconnect about 630,000 mobile phones that were deemed to be fake. These fake phones did not have the authentic International Mobile Equipment Identity Number, the IMEI, and the presence of such phones poses a health risk as they are believed to contain high radiation emissions, and because of the absence of the IMEI, they also pose security risks as well. We are happy that in Ghana, the NCA has acquired a state-of-the-art type approval laboratory capable of testing all electronic communication equipment to ensure that they are up to the standard. Joe, once again, I request that you kindly liaise with the mobile network operators and let us determine the level of the potential risk we may have as regards to the prevalence of fake or substandard mobile devices in the market. The ministry would not hesitate to go the Tanzania, Cameroon, Nigeria, South Africa routes to disconnect counterfeit mobile phones from use in our market. Apart from the fact that these devices pose a health hazard, they also affect the quality of communications experience that the users have, and it is a disconnect between the investment that the telcos are making and the actual experience that the consumers are getting. And so we are very serious about this and would implement what needs to be done to sanitize the market. The health of our consumers and the experience that they have in telecommunications is very important to us. If a device is not a type approved by the NCA, we do not want them in the hands of our citizens or our residents. Additionally, handsets without the International Mobile Equipment Identity Numbers pose an additional security risk for Ghana, as their tracking is virtually impossible and makes room for unscrupulous persons to use them to perpetuate crime. It is also important to know that over the 5 million devices that are imported annually into the country, the records show that only about 40% of them pay their duty upon arrival. And the Minister of Communications has said this severally, that we are going to put in place a system, a platform that would ensure that only devices that have paid the relevant duties are connected to mobile network operators in Ghana. So very soon, you would all have to make sure that when you bring in your phone from outside, you pay the relevant duty, and that is what would enable you to have your mobile device connected on any network in Ghana. We're working with NCA, the National Information Technology Agency, and the relevant stakeholders to ensure, and the security services, to ensure a seamless implementation of this platform. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, let us stop operating broadcasting stations without the right authorizations. Let us stop damaging the fiber optic cables that have a great impact on the quality of service. Let us stop importing fake devices into the market. Let us stop swindling our brothers and sisters with regards to mobile money transactions. Let us stop keeping and operating SIM box equipment. Let us stop buying and using pre-registered SIM cards and providing false information or statements during the SIM card registration process. I'm sure that I'm giving you a clue as to what we expect to happen in this market. If we are standardizing the market, we are going to ensure strict compliance to some of these things, and a word to the wise is enough. We kindly request that such incidences of these situations be reported to the police for thorough investigation. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to receiving the rapporteur's report on the exciting discussions that will go on later. The suggestions from these experts will certainly be useful to us as we continue to grow the telecommunications and ICT sector. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attention, and may the good Lord continue to bless our homeland Ghana and make us great and strong. Thank you very much.
Did I notice the media scribbling very fast when Donald was speaking? Okay. Thank you so much, Honorable George Anda. Let me again announce that shortly we'll be going downstairs with the dignitaries to go hoist the flags of the ITU, UN, and Ghana to commemorate the day. Whilst that is going on, coffee will be served briefly. The ushers will lead you to the coffee room for us to have coffee. And then we'll return in about 15 or so minutes for us to have the third part of the event. And the first topic that we'll look at will be the legal and policy framework on standardization within the telecommunications industry. And that will be delivered by lawyer Robert Apaya, Chief Manager, Legal Division here at the NCA. Then Isaac Kofi Boateng, Deputy Director for Regulatory Administration, will look at the NCA's interventions towards bridging the standardization gap here in Ghana. Samuel Bartels from MTN, on behalf of the Chamber, would look at implementation of standards, the role of the operator. And then Apia Kwesi Adomako from the CAS International will look at how the non-enforcement of standards affects service delivery from the consumer's perspective. All these will happen right here in this auditorium after the coffee break. For now, though, I'll kindly ask the dignitaries, Honorable George Anda, Kwekusi Ado, Joe Anochi, and Mr. Diallo, to kindly go downstairs to hoist the flag, whilst the CDS rep, the CEOs, please join him as well to have that ceremony done. The rest of us, let's have coffee and then reconvene here in about 15 minutes.